families over the years have been faced with tough decisions about the educational future of their children and the consequences that might follow. Living in a community where your family is well established and successful and already on track is not an easy choice to make. It takes courage and it takes resolve. It takes thick skin for the kids and for the parents. It takes foresight that while things are good where you stand, maybe there is more to be gained by making a life-altering move. And in the fall of 1969, Russ and Lois LaFleur had that foresight and made the tough decision to move their boys, Dan and Doug, to Heelan. Well, it seemed like the right choice to make at the time. What they didn't realize was the impact their decision would have on Bishop Heelan and the future of the entire athletic department. This incredibly impactful decision would lead to a legacy of success that few families could ever have fathomed. Dan LaFleur would go on to earn 7 varsity letters in football, basketball, track, and baseball, and that's just in 2 years. The athletic awards would pour in, earning all-state honors in football and basketball. He would place 3rd in the 1971 state track meet in the shot put, and his athletic ability would lead him to the University of Iowa, where he would be named team captain and all Big Ten during his college football career. His legacy at Heelan was secure, but it was just the beginning for the LaFleur family name to ring through the halls of Heelan High for generations to come. Tonight, we honor the man who started it all, Dan LaFleur.
Look out, hands off up the middle, into the another fumble on the play. Let's see who gets the ball. Number 55, Dan LaFleur, looked like he had a piece of that football.
Proud to announce the next member of the 2025 Hall of Pride, my father, Dan LaFleur.
He goes down to the 23, maybe the 22-yard line, tackled by Dan LaFleur.
Dan grew up in Jefferson, South Dakota, attending Jefferson High School his freshman and sophomore year, where he was a member of the football, basketball, track, and then Legion baseball team as well. Dan was also a member of the back-to-back state football championship teams while at his time at Jefferson, going 18-0 during that time period. After his sophomore year, my grandfather, Russ, saw the opportunity that Heelan provided as a great Catholic educational school and decided to send his 2 high school age sons at that particular time down there. Dan's years at Heelan High School were very successful in athletics, and he became a 4-sport athlete. In basketball, playing for the legendary coach Ray Nackey. His junior year, he went 15-7 and 20-4 his senior year, where he became an all-city performer. His most proud accomplishment in the basketball arena was probably only losing 1 time at the old Heelan pit. During the spring, Dan participated in track, where he threw the shot put both his junior and senior year. Dan placed 3rd at the state track meet his senior year. During his junior year, Dan did not participate in baseball, but came back to the diamond his senior year, patrolling left field for the Crusaders and swinging the bat at the plate, all the while helping lead them to the district finals. It was football, though, that gave Dan his greatest athletic opportunity, even though he will tell you that basketball was his most favorite love. Dan started at linebacker his junior year, helping the team going 8-2. Returning his senior year, Dan started at both tight end and linebacker, helping lead the team to go 9-1 and earning third team All-State, All-City, and All-Area honors. That season, Dan took on a unique role. Beanie gave him the opportunity to be able to call the plays during the course of the game. During the course of that season, that defense only gave up 24 points, and only falling in defeat to Dowling Catholic in the mythical state championship at Valley Stadium in front of what they had been told was approximately 20,000 people. Football provided the opportunity for Dad to go to the University of Iowa. During that time, freshmen were not eligible, so when he came back to his sophomore year, he was in the midst of being ready to start, and unfortunately suffered an injury late in camp, which relegated him to mainly backup and special teams his sophomore year. Coming back into his junior year, though, Dan started inside linebacker, and along on the senior year as well, led the team both years in tackles. Dad had the opportunity to try to pursue an NFL career, but it was unfortunately set back with a severe injury on the first play of his last game at the University of Iowa. At the end of the year, Dad was awarded the Forrest Evacheski Academic Excellence Award, simply proving to the point of how important he knew that academics was, even though in the spite of a rigorous athletic schedule. Dan values his family above all else. That is extremely apparent, as it would be a rare occasion, if ever, when he would miss any athletic event that either his children or his grandchildren were in. You can always see Dan at Heelan events and or, if not there, at the University of Iowa watching his beloved Hawks. Dad's toughness is second to none. Over the course of the last 12 years, he has overcome countless bouts of cancer. Through it all, he's been the rock of our family, and always the one that everyone turns to in times of need. Dan understands then, and still does to this day, the value and importance of being a Crusader. He was the first in a long line of LaFleur Crusaders. I think we need to remember that this award is not a Hall of Fame of athletic achievement only. It's the Hall of Pride. Dan exemplifies every good quality that you can have as an individual. I think it's extremely important to those that are blessed with the opportunity to enter into this Hall of Pride to remember the importance of the education that you received at Heelan High School, and also the experience that you received and the leg up in life that you have received because of Heelan High School. My dad, Dan, to me is the ultimate Crusader. He's the person that I've tried to emulate my life about. I'm so thankful that I had a father that taught me all the intangibles needed to be a great man and father and leader myself. And with that being said, it is quite honestly my honor, and I'm extremely proud to present my father, my hero, Dan LaFleur, into the Hall of Pride.
Thank you very much. That's a tough act to follow. Thank you. I need my cheat sheets here. Oh, first of all, I want to thank the committee for electing me. It's a very humbling experience to be mentioned with the fine young men and women that are already elected before me. Growing up, my mom and dad taught myself and my three brothers, there's too many priorities in life. And in this order, number one, God. Number two, family. They preach that in good times and bad times, all you have to do is ask for help, and they're there for you. I learned at Heelan, things I learned at Heelan only solidified what was taught to me by my mom and dad. And that is, be honest with yourself, treat people the way that you like to be treated, and never, ever have somebody outwork you. It's been quite a journey. Like my son had mentioned, from a young man that came from a small town with a total enrollment in 4 grades of 130 to a school that had a 4-grade enrollment of 1,300. So, but I entered Heelan in the fall of 1969 to continue my faith-based education. I started that I was lucky to be able to continue that because in Jefferson we had a small school, a Catholic parochial school, and it was ran by the Presentation Sisters out of Aberdeen, South Dakota, and they would make you toe the line. Well, I entered Heelan, it's about the same fall that Coach Pina Cooper did, and he was the person that started the tradition of putting the name or the word pride on the back of your jerseys. And, and originally it started at football, but it evolved to not only encompass the football community, but in the Heelan in whole, every facet of Heelan. I just wanted to mention some of my teammates. Those are people that would always have your back. Tom Ettinger, Dick Green, Emery Moody, Al Ritchie, Jim Sudbeck, Greg Vondrack, Ray Nelson, Howie Staber, Eugene Mullet, and Bill Behrens. That's just to name a few. Like I said, those guys were always there, and we had a tight bond. I'll make this pretty short for obvious reasons, but I mentioned Coach Cooper earlier, and I would like to also mention other coaches that I had in different sports. They were all great men that, were great role models and mentors to me. In football, we had Coach Cooper, Joe Detterman, Dick Collins, and Denny Ternura. Basketball, we had Coach Ray Nackey, Ken Hine, who we affectionately called Skipper, and in baseball, I had Nick Karchin. My experiences at Heelan had a lasting impact on my life. I met the love of my life, former Debbie Engel, in the fall of 1970, my senior year. Come to think about that, that's 55 years ago. That's a pretty good number, isn't it, John? We've been married 52 years. People think that our grandkids and kids get their competitive spirit from me. Not even close. She's the most competitive person I've ever been around. And her children will tell you that also. We've been blessed with 4 beautiful children who've all graduated from Heelan. And in fact, we've got 11 grandchildren. And in fact, we're working right now on graduating the 4th generation of the LaFleurs. So, I said it's hard to put into words what Heelan has meant to me in my lifetime, but all you have to do is look over at the 3 tables full of family and friends. I mean, that's what it's all about. In closing, I'll tell you what I tell each of my grandchildren when they graduate from high school and getting ready for their adventure in college. I said, you remember 2 things. Number 1, wherever you go, always practice your faith. And number 2, never forget where you came from. Thanks again. I'm here, Coach Crusader.